Well, the town ripped in two. I made it up the Great Divide, and now I'm coming for you. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Try and tear me down. I rose from off of the doctor's slab, like Lazarus from the pit. Now everyone wants to take a stab and decorate me with blood, graffiti, and spit. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Oh, try and tear me down.
A wall was erected down the middle of the city of Berlin. The world was divided by a Cold War, and the Berlin Wall was the most hated symbol of that divide. Reviled, graffitied, spit upon, we thought the wall would stand forever. But now that it's gone, we don't know who we are anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, Hedwig is like that wall, standing before you in the divide between east and west. Slavery and freedom, man and woman, top and bottom. And you can try and tear her down, but before you do, you must remember one thing.
Listen, there ain't much of a difference between a bridge and a wall, without me right in the middle there. Oh, you won't be nothing at all. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Oh, try and tear me down. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. Oh, you want me, baby, I dare you. Oh, try and tear me down. From East Berlin to Junction City. Hello, New York. Hello, Slab City. What? You want to try and tear me down? Come on and tear me down. Come on and tear me down. Thank you, thank you. I do love a warm hand on my entrance. My name is Hedwig. Please give it up for the Angry Inch. And my man, Friday through Thursday, Yitzhak. There's no need, there's none. I am so thrilled you could join me for the opening night of my wonderful world tour here at the beautiful Range. And, you know, when it comes to huge openings, a lot of people think of me.
Yeah,
Love that timing. But, you know, many more of you have only recently become aware of me. It took a tragedy to make you finally pay attention, huh? But now, you're interested, intrigued even. Who is this Hedwig, and why have we never heard of her before, Bob? Well, that's a question I've been asking myself for quite some time. How did some slip of a girly boy from communist East Berlin become the internationally ignored song stylist, barely standing before you today. Well, that's what I want to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to talk about calamity or scandal. I'm not here to talk about my relationship with a certain well-known rock and roll icon, Tommy Gnosis, even though I'm pretty sure he's probably talking about me right now. And by some freak coincidence, just happens to be performing right down the street over at the Ponderosa.
Hello, Sock City! Listen. There's someone I want to thank for the way they've handled this tragedy with incredible loyalty in the face of a lot of lies. And that someone is you, my fans! They're not going to tear us down!
You know, I wrote every song on that album. And, by the way, the tabloids got it right. He was on blow, he was getting blown, by yours truly, and he did hit that school bus full of deaf children. One survived, now blind. I taught him everything he knows and has apparently forgotten about rock and roll, and he barely even mentions my name on that giant sucking sound Anderson Cooper calls the show, which I'm sure you've all seen, or else I'd only be singing to the desk clerk and Builder Bill, and if I'm lucky, my agent Phyllis Stein. Make it this time, Phyllis. I'm sorry, I am wide open tonight, everybody. You see, the road is my home. My home, the road. And when I think of all the people I have come upon in my travels, I have to think about the people who have come upon me. The geography of human contact, the triangulation of a pair of eyes on my face, the latitude and longitude of a hand on my body. These are the only clues I have to my place in the world, to who I am. Who is Mystery Woman? I laugh because I'll cry if I don't. I recently found my first diary, age 2 through 6, fully illustrated, and I realized that so many people have touched me on my way to the stage tonight. How can I say who touched me the most? My father, the American GI who left when I was barely old enough to speak my first words. Daddy, when I grow up, I'll kill you. Could it have been my East German mother? She touched me, it was usually by mistake, reaching for the beans at the table or something. Except one day, we were watching Jesus Christ Superstar on American Forces television. I turned to Mother. Jesus said the darndest things. She slapped me. Don't you ever mention that name to me again. But he died for our sins. So did Hitler. What? Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Better to be powerless, my son. Well, she got her wish when the wall went up. We happened to be living on the east side. Mother was given a job teaching sculpture to limbless children. Socialism, huh? God rest its soul. Most of my time was spent listening to American Forces radio. Our apartment was so small, Mother made me play it in the oven. Late at night, I would rest my head on the top rack and listen to the voices of the American masters. Tony Tennille, Debbie Boone, Anne Murray, who was actually a Canadian working in the American Idiom. And then there were the crypto homo rockers, Iggy Pop, Lou Reed, David Bowie, who was actually an idiom working in America and Canada. These artists left as deep an impression on me as that oven rack did on my face. To be a young American in muskrat love, soft as an easy chair, not even the chair I am, I said, have I never been mellow? Have I never tried? And the colored girls sing. I sang along. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. But never with the melody. I mean, how could I do it better than Tony or Lou? One time, I just couldn't resist. It can't be wrong if it feels so right. Mother threw a tomato at my head. Still, I was plenty content to sing gentle backup harmonies in my oven, while Mother sculpted in the shower. When the hour grew late, and it was time for bed, Mother would shout from the bathroom, "Well, that's me." I would shout back from the kitchen, "Well, I guess that's me too." We would wash our feet, brush our teeth, and lie down on the narrow pallet that we had shared ever since Daddy left. Like two pieces of a puzzle that don't quite fit, but are just jammed together and left on the table by some dangerous shut-in with too much time on his hands. I'm sorry, I'm completely dilated tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to share a story that my mother once whispered to me in the dark, and then later retracted. Whatever caused her to share such a story with such a little boy, I'll never know. But I remember it like it happened yesterday. When the earth was still flat, and clouds made of fire, and mountains stretched up to the sky, sometimes higher. Folks roamed the earth like big rolling cakes. They had two sets of arms, they had two sets of legs, they had two faces peering out of one giant head, so they could watch all around them as they talked while they read. And they never knew nothing of love was before. Oh, the origin of love, the origin of love, the origin of love, the origin of love. And there was three sexes, then one of them looked like two men glued up back to back. They called the children of the sun, and similar in shape and girth was the children of the earth. They looked like two girls rolled up in one. And the children of the moon looked like a fork shoved on a spoon. There was part sun, part earth, part daughter, part son. Oh, the origin of love. Now the gods grew quite scared of our strength and defiance, and Thor said, "I'm gonna kill them all with my hammer, like I killed the giants." But Zeus said, "No, you better let me use my lightning like scissors, like I cut the legs off the whales, dinosaurs and the lizards." And then he grabbed up some bolts, he let out a laugh, said, "I'll split them right down the middle, gonna cut them right up in half." And the storm clouds gathered above, in great balls of fire. And then fire shot down from the sky in bolts like shining blades of the night. And it ripped right through the flesh of the children of the sun and the moon and the earth. And some engine god throw the wound up to a hump, put around to our belly to remind us of the price we pay. And Osiris and the gods of the Nile gathered up a big storm to blow a hurricane, to scatter us away in a flood of wind and rain, and a sea of tidal waves to wash us all away. If we don't behave, they'll cut us down again. We'll be hopping around on one foot and looking through one eye. Last time I saw you, we'd just split in two. You was looking at me, I was looking at you. You had a way so familiar I could not recognize, 'cause you had blood in your face. I had blood in my eyes, but I could swear by your expression that the pain down in your soul was the same as the one down in mine. That's the pain that cuts a straight line down through the hearts. We call it love. We wrapped our arms around each other, trying to shove ourselves back together. We was making love, making love. It was a cold, dark evening, such a long time ago, went by the mighty hand of Joe. It was a sad story, how we became lonely two-legged creatures. It's a story, the origin of love. That's the origin of love. The origin of love. The origin of love. The origin of love. After Mother finished, she began to snore. But I had to go somewhere I could think. I went back into the kitchen and put my head back in the oven. It is clear that I must find my other half. But is it a he or a she? Is it Daddy? He went away. Was it Mother? I was suddenly afraid to go back to bed. What does this person look like? Identical to me or somehow complementary? Does my other half have what I don't? Did he get the looks, the luck, the love? Were we really separated forcibly, or did he just run off with the good stuff? Or did I? Will this person embarrass me? And what about sex? I mean, is that how we put ourselves back together again? Is that what Daddy was trying to do? Or can two people actually become one again? And if it happens when we're driving on the Autobahn, can we still use the diamond lane? Practical questions. Questions of wholeness, completion. Thank you that I thought of it. I thought of the power. The gods would be terrified. Magnifying side. Very funny, Yitzhak. Very passive-aggressive. Look, Yitzhak, immigration! Now listen. If you behave, I just might let you shave my back later. That will be all. How's my hair, everybody? Is there any trouble in the West Wing? Yeah, these are actually my lungs, my Aquanet lungs. You know, I was just telling Yitzhak the other night how nervous I was about tonight. Would I still be able to fit into that old Sergio Valente? There was no time to diet, so I had my heart removed, and suddenly I was a perfect size 6. What the fuck do you think you're doing? I am so sorry you had to see that, ladies and gentlemen. All right then. You see, when I met him, he said he wanted to be a model. A foot model, maybe. All right, enough about him. Let's get back to the show. Bitch. Yes, did somebody say my name? I could have sworn I heard somebody say...
Bitch.
One person who had ever really been there for me in my life. And that person was me. The accident was a cry for help. I was yelling help to me.
Well, what about me? You know, without me, he would have never swerved into that oncoming short bus and gotten all that attention. I'm gonna take a moment here, against the advice of my lawyers. I had just wrapped up a late-night engagement in the meatpacking district. We are talking the newly renovated meatpacking district. You know Soho, NoHo? Well, this is Meepa. So there I was on 14th Street, the very boulevard of Meepaw, when a limo pulls up. Naturally, I stepped into it, mistaking it for my own. I can smell your thoughts from here. You take a thought shower, you. In the limo sat Tommy Gnosis. We were both shocked it had been ages. So, naturally, we dropped off the driver and drove up and down the island doing drugs and catching up. He told me about the disappointing sales of his sophomore album, the one he wrote without me. He spoke of his loneliness. I reminded him of happier days and I just couldn't keep my mouth shut and, well... You know the rest. Naturally, when the story broke, Tommy's people offered me a small fortune to keep the story all to myself, as if I'd accept their filthy lucre. As if selling the story of someone else's tragedy was my only means of success. As if I hadn't already launched my brand new fragrance, Atrocity by Hedwig. It's a fragrance for a man, or a woman man, or a man woman, or a mummin, or a wan, or a freak. I digress. One day, in the late mid 80s, I was in my early late 20s. I had just been dismissed from university after delivering a brilliant lecture on the aggressive influence of German philosophy on rock and roll entitled "You Can't Always Get What You Want." Always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you Nietzsche. At 26, my academic career was over. I had never kissed a boy. And I was still sleeping with Mom. The search for my other half on this side of the wall had proved futile, but might he be found on the other? But how to get over? People died trying. Such were the thoughts one day, as I am figuring out where to put this chair, and also sunning myself in an old bomb crater I had discovered near the wall. I am naked, face down on a piece of broken church, inhaling a fragrant westerly breeze. A new McDonald's had just opened up on the other side of the wall. My God, I deserved a break today. All I ever get is the unhappy meal. I am not loving it. The sun is hot, but I feel a sudden chill. I look over my shoulder. A head-shaped shadow is resting on the pillow of my ass. Girl, I sure don't mean to annoy you. My name is Sergeant Luther Robinson. I turn to face him. My name is Hansel. Luther is silent for a moment as he stares at my little bishop in a turtleneck. Hansel, well, you must like candy. I like gummy bears. Out of his pocket, he produces a small American-looking plastic packet that says gummy bears on it. Gummy bears. I select a single clear bear. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. The taste is completely different than a gummy bear. It's somehow familiar. It's much sweeter than a gummy bear and softer too. Its little gummy body stretches over the rack of my molars. Wow, I feel so optimistic. Luther pours me a handful, his eyes heavy with an unfamiliar desire. Could it be a desire to please? Me? I suddenly recognize the flavor in my mouth. It's the taste of power. Not bad. Damn, Hansel, I can't believe you're not a girl. You're so fine. Why don't you take the whole bag? He searches my face for news of his fate. His expression is echoed in scores of tiny faces pressing against clear plastic, panting faces of every imaginable color, creed, and non-Aryan origin, fogging up the bag like the windows of a Polish bathhouse. It's only a shower. Absolute power. I push Luther away and stumble naked through the ruins back towards blander, less complicated confections, leaving in my wake a trail of rainbow carnage. The next day, Hansel follows the trail back. And lying on my slab are 3 Milky Way bars, a roll of Necco wafers, some Pop Rocks, and a giant-sized sugar daddy named Luther. I've got a sweet tooth for licorice drops and jelly rolls. Hey, sugar daddy, Hansel needs some sugar in his bowl. I'll lay out fine china on the linen, polish up the chrome. If you've got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. Blackstrap molasses, you're my orange blossom honey bear.
Sugar daddy, sugar daddy.
Bring me Versace blue jeans, black designer underwear.
Sugar daddy, sugar daddy.
Dress up like the disco dancing jet set in Milan and Rome. And if you've got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. For the thrill of control, like the rush of rock and roll. It's the sweetest taste I've known. Oh yeah, come on sugar daddy, bring it home. When honey bears go shopping, it's something to be seen. Y'all can give me a cavity, honeys. They swarm the wildflowers and get nectar for the queen. Y'all can fill that cavity, honeys. And everything you bring me gets me dripping like a honeycomb. And if you've got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. It's a car wash, ladies and gentlemen. For the thrill of control, like the blitzkrieg on the road. It's the sweetest taste I've known. Oh yeah. So if you've got some sugar, bring it home. Oh yeah. Come on, sugar daddy, bring it home. Whiskey and French cigarettes, a motorbike, a high-speed jet, a water thing, a Cuisinart, and a hypoallergenic dog. Oh, I want all the luxuries of a modern age. Every item on every page in the Lillian Burning catalog.
Oh, baby, something crossed my mind. And I was thinking you'd look so fine in a velvet dress with heels and an ermine stone.
Oh, Luther, darling, heaven knows I've never put on women's clothes, except for once, my mother's camisole. So you think only a woman can truly love a man? You buy me a dress, I'll be more woman than a man like you can stand. I'll be a Venus on a chocolate clamshell, riding on the sea marshmallow foam. If you've got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. It's a tradition to control, like Eric Garner told me go. From the Ukraine to the Rhone, oh yeah, sweet home Rally. Lord, I'm coming home. Come on, sugar daddy, bring me home. That one was called Sugar Daddy. It wasn't a traditional wedding. For example, when Luther popped the question, I was on my knees. I invited him home for dinner. After dessert, he produces a ring, an application for American citizenship, and a wig. He loves me, Mother. He wants to marry me and get me the hell out of here. I put the wig on my head. It's a hideous beige shag. Mother, is this so crazy that it just might work? Mother's face might have been a photograph, it was so still. After what seemed like a lifetime, probably hers, she reaches out her hand to straighten the wig, gets me my passport and my camera hansel. It's a simple cut and paste job. We change the photograph, and you can use my name, Hedwig Schmidt. Not so simple, ladies. Baby, you know I love you, and I'm always thinking of you. But I gotta marry you here, in East Berlin. And that means a full physical examination. But they'll see right away that I have a... Oh, baby. To walk away, you're gonna have to leave something behind. Am I right, Mrs. Schmidt? I've always thought so, Luther. To be free, one must give up a little part of oneself. And I know just the doctor to take it. Don't move! My sex change operation got botched. My guardian angel fell asleep on the watch. Now all I've got is a Barbie doll crotch. I've got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. I'm from the land where you still hear the cries. I had to get out, had to sever all ties. I changed my name and assumed a disguise. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. The train is coming and I'm tied to the track. I tried to get up but I can't get no slack. I got an angry inch, angry inch. My mother made my tits out of clay. My boyfriend told me that he'd take me away. They dragged me to the doctor one day. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry inch. Long story short. Yeah, long story short. When I woke up from the operation, I was bleeding down there. I was bleeding from a gash between my legs. It's my first day as a woman. Already, it's that time of the month. But 2 days later, the hole closed up, the wound healed, and I was left with a 1-inch mound of flesh. Where my penis used to be, where my vagina never was. It was a 1-inch mound of flesh. With the scar running down it like a sideways grimace on an eyeless face. So it was just a little bump. It wasn't angry yet. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. The train's coming and I'm tied to the track. I tried to get up but I can't get it back. I got an angry inch, angry inch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. Stay undercover till the night comes back. I got my itch, I set you a top. Angry itch, angry itch.
November 9th, 1989. A tiny registrar's office with a breathtaking view over the wall. Hansel Schmidt becomes Mrs. Hedwig Robinson.
Tomorrow I am leaving on a jet plane, and by the time I get to Phoenix, love will keep us together. 'Cause I'm just an embryo with a long, long way to go. But I know too much to go back and pretend.
November 9th, 1989. Junction City, Kansas.
I sit in my mobile home and on bootleg cable watch the wall come down. Divorced, penniless, a woman. I cry because I'll laugh if I don't. I suddenly miss Mother and think about calling Berlin, but then remember with envy her recent escape to sunny Yugoslavia. Perhaps Luther would be home. No, he was never the one. Never the missing half. I catch myself in the mirror and see for the first time clearly the horror hunkering on my head. It's the same carpet remnant that Luther presented me with a year ago to disguise my receding. Receding. I'm receding. I tear the wig from my scalp and hurl it across the room in a pile of unopened anniversary presents. There it lies, feigning shock. My personal hair system, my personal hell, my Hedwig. On nights like this, when the world's a bit amiss and the lights go down across the trailer park, I get down, I feel on the verge of going mad. Then it's time to punch the clock. I put on some makeup, turn up the tape deck, and put the wig back on my head. Suddenly I'm Miss Midwest, midnight checkout's queen, until I head home and I put myself to bed. I look back on where I'm from, look at the woman I've become, and the strangest things seem suddenly routine. I look up from my vermouth on the rocks, a gift-wrapped wig still in the box of towering velveteen. I put on some makeup, turn up the 8-track, and pull the wig down from the shelf. Suddenly I'm Miss Beehive 1963, until I wake up and I turn back to myself. Some girls they got natural ease, they wear it anywhere they please, with their French flipped curls and perfume magazines. Wear it up, let it down. This is the best way that I've found to be the best you've ever seen. I put on some makeup, turn up the 8-track, I'm pulling the wig down from the shelf. Suddenly I'm this pair of bosses from TV, until I wake up and I turn back to myself. Shot by level ball, Dorothy Hamilton, sausage curls, chicken wings, it's all because of you. In your blowjob, leather back, Tony Homeway too. Flip, throw, frizz, flop, it's all because of you. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's my favorite part of the show. It's the part where you all get to sing the words that I wrote. All right, everybody look at the screen right over here. Make sure you sing along. If you don't, I will find you. Lovely.
Turn up the 8-track.
What's an 8-track?
I'm pulling the wig down from the shelf.
Wonderful! Suddenly I'm this punk rock star. Dance and scream, and I ain't I'm never going back. Thank you, Bill.
So angry.
It's absolute gentleman and scholar right here. Yes. Thank you, my good sir. You're the sugar daddy. Anyways, I think we have our first single, ladies and gentlemen. That was a rock and roll gesture. Actually, that was a heavy metal gesture. You want to see a punk rock gesture?
Yeah. SeaWorld.
It's the direction of the aggression that defines it. Anyways, how about this band, ladies and gentlemen? On drums, we have the infamous Schlatko. And on guitar and keys, my trusted musical advisor, my very good friend who I've known for so very long. It's Skizip, right? Skibbity? Shish kebab? What the fuck's happening? Are we having a beatbox battle mid-show? Somebody buy this motherfucker a vowel. Anyways, also very talented and so very lucky to be here, isn't that right?
Yes, Miss Hedwig.
That's what I thought. Watch the tempo next time, okay? Remember, I still have your passports. Keep that in mind. Do you like the pelt, ladies and gentlemen? Some fucking hippie stopped me on the way in here. What poor, unfortunate creature had to die for you to wear that?
I know.
My Aunt Trudy, I replied. Have I introduced my husband Yitzhak? We met during my great Croatian tour of the early late 90s. He was the most famous drag queen in all of Zagreb. Phyllis thought he would make an excellent opening act billed as the last Jewess in the Balkans. He lip-synced something from Yentl under the name Crystal Nacht. Honey. But he was good. He was too good. His applause drowned out my introduction and I refused to go on, but on my way out, he begged me to take him with me. Yes, that's what I said. My face might have been my mother's. It was so still. I told him, Crystal, to walk away, you're gonna have to leave something behind. I will marry you on the condition that a wig never touch your head again. He agreed. And we've been inseparable ever since, isn't that right, Yitzhak? Look, Yitzhak, immigration. Barbara Streisand? You're no fun, go back to your hole.
Yeah.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope you're becoming fans of Hedwig tonight because I am definitely becoming fans of all of you. Fucking Tommy Gnosis, I swear to God.
One day, this little trailer trash kid put on some of his mom's eyeliner, grabbed his beat-up JCPenney guitar, and called himself Tommy Gnosis.
Tommy, can you hear me? From this milkless tit you sucked, the very business we call show. Okay. You want to know about Tommy Gnosis? I'll tell you about Tommy Gnosis. God. After my divorce, I scraped by with babysitting gigs and odd jobs, most of the jobs you call blow. I had lost my job at the base PX, and I had lost my gag reflex. You do the math. I sat for the baby of General Speck, commander of the nearby army fort, whose other son was, you guessed it, Tommy Speck. Tommy was an 18-year-old, four-eyed, Dungeons and Dragons obsessed Jesus freak with a fish on his truck, and I just found him incredibly hot. Perhaps it was his disdain for authority, his struggle with organized religion. One day I walked in on him punishing the bishop. He was in the bathtub with the door wide open, clearly waiting for me. So I reached down, finished his grace off, and dropped a flyer in the bathtub. By the way, Tommy, I'm performing a short set tonight over at Dr. Espresso's Seattle-style coffee enema bar. Perhaps I'll see you there. I had recently returned to my first love of music. I tried singing back in Berlin. They threw tomatoes at me. After the show, I had a nice salad. But, newly motivated, I bought myself a cheap electric piano. And I found a couple Korean sergeants' wives who just happened to churn out a pretty mean rhythm section. We became quite the draw, playing the hits of the day under the name The Angry Inch. Thank you, everybody, thank you. Now that song was by Mr. Kurt Cobain. Now that kid certainly has a future, huh? All right, on guitar, let's give it up for Quang Yi over here on guitar. Give it up for Quang Yi. Okay, give it up, Quang, give it up. Looks like we've got a celebrity in the audience tonight, everybody, over by the Sweeten, though. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for little Tommy Speck, the general's son. Well, that's more than I got, honey. He's embarrassed. Well, I'm a little nervous myself. This is the first song I've ever written, and it's written for a guy to sing. We're talking to Phil Collins' people, but then again, aren't we all? You know the sun is in your eyes, and hurricanes and rains, black and cloudy skies. You're running up and down that hill. You turn it on and off that will. There's nothing here to thrill or bring you down. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noise of this wicked little town. Oh, Lady Luck has led you here. But they're so twisted up, they'll twist you up, I fear. The pious, hateful, and devout, you're turning tricks till you're turned out. The wind so cold it burns, you're burning out, blowing round. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noise of this wicked little town. Fates are vicious and they're cruel. someone you are not. And Junction City ain't the spot. Remember Mrs. Lot when she turned around. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice. The dark turns and noise of this little town. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shroud of Hedwig. One day, I'm putting the little speck baby to bed when Tommy appears at my door with a very expensive-looking electric guitar. Your show? That song? My dad gave me this guitar to apologize for being a pathetic little dictator. You want to come up to my room? He sang me songs, classics, I was informed. The bands were all new to me. Boston, Kansas, America, Europe, Asia. I put my hand on his strings. Travel exhausts me, honey. Where are you from, Hedwig? I told him my story. His face might have been a Yes album cover, it was so still. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior? I told him no, but I loved his work. You know what he was saving us from? Was his fucking father. I mean, what kind of God creates Adam in his image and then pulls Eve out of him to keep him company and then tells them not to eat from the tree of knowledge? I mean, he was so micromanaging. So was Adam. But Eve just wanted to know shit. She took a bite of the apple, and she found out what was good and what was evil. And then she gave it to Adam so that he would know, because they were in love. And that was good, they now knew. Hedwig, would you give me the apple? The words falling from those lips, and his eyes, his irises were clear cylinders of surprising depth and emptiness. Only a few puddles of bluish pain sloshed around inside. Same blue as my eyes. At the time, Tommy's performance options were limited to the occasional guitar mass. I initiated a 6-month curriculum of rock and roll history, lyrics, grooming, vocal training, my patented oven technique. For his graduation, I gave him his nickname, Tommynosis, the Greek word for knowledge. We collaborated, songs exploded out of us. He started singing backup for me at Dr. Espresso's. Teenage girls started showing up. I added a few duets, standing room only. And then, the Sizzler called. The Sizzler had never called anybody before. Within 3 months, we were outgrossing monster trucks in Wichita. With that kind of money coming in, I was able to quit all my other jobs and devote myself entirely to our career. We were very happy. One day, I am in the trailer, you having my usual late afternoon constitutional of grain, alcohol, and Brita. I like to be good to myself. When Tommy is at the door in tears, honey, what is it? My dad, and my mom, and my parents. I hold him as I had never been held, but as usual, he squirms, slides behind me, and clutches my spine to his chest. I am suddenly very much aware that we haven't kissed in all the months we've been together. In fact, he's maintained a near-perfect ignorance of the front of me. Honey, why don't you work on that new song while I finish shaving your eyebrows? Another song blows in from the trailer next door. This song has been playing on a loop for 3 days. Tommy looks up at me through new lenses, one pink and one blue. What do you think, Hedwig? Do you think love lasts forever? No, but this song sure does. Do not knock a multi-platinum single. I wish I could hit those notes. Just move your lips, honey, and I'll hit them for you. From some shadowy corner of the stage like one of Mick Jagger's backup singers. We laugh at the professional reference. I return to his eyebrows.
I wish you love.
But seriously, Tom? Yes. I do believe love is immortal. Look what you've done. God damn it! How is it immortal? Well, perhaps because love creates something that was not there before. What? Like procreation? Sometimes, but not always. Then what? Like recreation. He grabs my ass and he laughs. I don't. Perhaps just creation. Don't move. I paint a bold silver cross on his forehead. Honey, have you thought about a B flat after that first chord? Look what you've done. Tommy slowly rises and draws the curtains that are attached at the top and the bottom. He reaches out his hand. I take it, and I'm filled with an ancient clarity. He's the one. No blood in my eyes, no blood on his face. He's the one. The one who was taken, the one who left. It's wind, born by fusion, dying fusion. Our fusion, cold fusion, unlimited power, unlimited knowledge. The secrets he must hold, the memories we shared. The words to complete the sentence that began, I am. Oh, Hedwig. Oh, God. When Eve was still inside Adam, they were in paradise. But when she was separated from him, that's when paradise was lost. So when she enters him again, paradise will be regained. However you want it, honey. Just kiss me while we do it. I turn my body to face him, and I grab his hand, and I thrust it down between my... What is that? It's what I have to work with. My dad's probably wondering, you fucking sissy. What are you afraid of? I love you. Then love the front of me. Let me run out the back door. Look what you fuck.
Look what you've done. You gigolo. You know that I loved you, hun, and I didn't wanna know that you're cool, seductive serenade. Was a tool of your trade, you gigolo. Oh, of all the riches you've surveyed,
It was kind of nice over there out of the spotlight. You and me singing together in our oven. Couple of survivors, the German and the Jew. Think of the symmetry. Think of the power. Think of the publicity. The gods would be terrified. I was born on the other side of a town ripped in two, and no matter how hard I try, I end up black and blue. I rose from off of the doctor's slab. I lost a piece of my heart. Now everyone gets to take a stab. They cut me up into parts. I gave a piece to my mother. I gave a piece to my man. I gave a piece to the rock star. He took the good stuff and ran. Oh God, I'm all sewn up, a hot razor cuts come up across my body, and you can trace the lines through misery's design that knife across my body. A collage. I'm all sewn up. I'm all tired. I'm all sewn up. Random powder with the needle and thread. The overlapping between diseases not spread to a tornado body with a hand grenade head and the legs up to lovers in. Got a code out outside a paper shroud and all the rest illusion that there's a will and soul that we can wrest control from chaos and confusion. A collage. I'm all sewn up. I'm outside. I'm all sewn up. The automatist undoing. The whole world starts unscrewing as time collapses and space wars. Oh, you see decay and ruin. I tell you, no, 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 no. You make such an exquisite corpse. Oh, yeah. Oh God, I'm all sewn up, a hot razor cut spot out across my body. And you can trace the lines through misery's design that runs across my body. sing a song that somebody wrote for me a long time ago. I don't know where she is tonight, but maybe if you're real quiet, she'll be able to hear me. Forgive me for I did not know. I was just a boy, and you were so much more than any God could ever plan. More than a woman or a man. And now I understand how much I took from you. Everything starts breaking down. Take the pieces off the ground and show this wicked town something important. Luck has left you there. Maybe there's nothing up in the sky but air. And there's no mistake, no design, no cosmic lover reassigned. There's nothing you can find that cannot be found. 'Cause with all the changing it seems so strangers always you. Alone again in some new wicked little town. When you thought no other choice, no you can't follow my voice. The dark turns and noise of this wicked little town. So wicked, little town. Goodbye, wicked. Rain falls, heart burns dry. A dream or a song that hits you so hard, filling you up and suddenly gone. Breathe, feel like your blood knows the way from your heart to your brain. Know that you're whole, and you're shining like the brightest star, a transmission on midnight radio. And you're spinning like a 45 ballerina, dancing to your rock and roll. Kiss Patty and Tina and Yoko, Aretha and Nona and Nico and me and all the strange rock and rollers. You know you're doing alright, so hold on to each other. You got to hold on tonight. And you're shining like the brightest star, the transmission on the midnight radio. You're spinning on your 45s for all the misfits and the losers. Well, you know you're a rock and roller, spinning to your rock and roll.
Attention, the show is about to begin.
All right, one more time. I'm cold.
Really? How about that? That was awesome. I mean, right?
Yes.
I mean, no, seriously.
I saw that on the logo. I don't know if you remember the logo. The logo was the gay channel.
Oh, no, yeah, no. No!
Your mom didn't pay extra for that, huh?
You know me, I'm open, but no. Lilybird, I got you covered. Despite what you think of me. Bad or not, I was a testing you. Yeah, do you think, Debbie? Is that more color?
Yep. You gotta do something here.
Probably. Beans, come on. I got you. Beans. I know. Bean, I got you so good. I got you so good. I got you good. Oh, I got you good. Let me just tell, if I can, let me just tell.
Wait for the wig and the beard back on. Does that do it for you?
Rockstar! Angie, we saw she was sitting right in front of us.
I could concentrate on you. It can go either way. We can go either way. If I see something there and I really want it, if there's, I don't really want it.
Still with us?
I want to bring stuff.
You ever see anybody give a performance
You want me
that
to
deep?
circle in the potluck and not bring anything? Nearby? I can't do that. I can't go to a potluck.
Right, that's our show for tonight, folks. Have a good night.